Good morning, everybody. Pastor Rick, Broadman Baptist Church. This is the Broadman Word for the 19th of May, 2021. Hope you're having a wonderful day in the Lord and just fulfilling all the purposes that God has for you and being an effective ambassador for Christ. What a beautiful opportunity God gives us every single day to go out and make a difference for the kingdom. Today, I want to talk to you about waiting on God and, more importantly, uh, obedience. We make decisions all the time, and hopefully, we try to sense God's direction and try to move with Him, even though it might be tough or risky, sometimes maybe even irrational, perhaps painful, but we move with Him because it's what we're supposed to do. And it's also difficult for us because it's going to bring some sort of death to things that we're comfortable with. God will always try to use you and move you beyond your comfort zone because that's when we experience true growth. And so then obedience comes into play in that we're not simply to just wait on God. Um, Life is only made possible when something dies. Life always comes from obedience because in obedience, something you're comfortable with, some part of you needs to be set apart and wither and die so that some purpose of God could be filled in, a replacement that can be new, like life. You see, when we examine things and we examine them through the lens of what we are to do as a Christian to fulfill our personal ministry and to act for the benefit of the kingdom, for God's good purposes, there's going to be a sacrifice of some sort involved. Sometimes it's small, inconsequential, perhaps not terribly uncomfortable. Other times it's life-changing and painful and scary. So when we think about waiting on God, in that very same sentence, we need to think about obedience. Um, the pain of obedience will also lead to the promise of the benefits of obedience and more obedience. There's a lot of pressure on this thing, obedience, but we know it to be true from our experiences in life. So we better hear Him right. We better know it's His voice we're hearing. If we're going to just stand up straight, salute, and take our marching orders, you better make sure that they're the marching orders from the correct general. You wouldn't want to take orders from the wrong side of the line, so to speak. So we need to come to this in a matter of prayer. We need to come to God with more than just a prayer, more than just asking for permission to act in His will or hopes that we act in His will. A prayer of instruction, a command, something that tells us we most definitely need to obey. And how? What would He have you do? Sometimes life is a bit of a mystery, but those mysteries are revealed to us through the owner of the mystery, the ultimate mystery of the gospel revealed to us, and we can often find the answer to these mysteries in the gospel. So part of our obedience, part of our waiting on God to act, is digging into Scripture in all kinds of ways. Small groups, devotional, prayer, conversations with other believers, using Scripture in your life and in front of others who may not believe. These are all wonderful ways to unravel this mystery of the gospel and of our lives. And we need to shy away from statements that I'm just waiting for God to give me direction, or I don't want to get ahead of God. Sure, there's times that we need to be patient. There's times that we need to wait on God, but mostly we just need to do. But more often than do, we need to take a purposeful step, a meaningful, intentional, planned, consecrated step. We need to move forward. Even if it's just a little bit, we need to move forward, because when we move forward, we move the kingdom forward with us. Now, it's going to be scary. We may not know the whole path, and that's fine. But we should act on what we know He's called us to do, which is very scripturally clear. You've heard me talk about it many, many times. Those things we don't need to wait on. The words have been spoken. He took care to have them written in His expressed will to us. We call it the Bible. And He gave us examples on how it's lived out. And the ultimate example in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So, do we wait on God? Sure. There's times for us to do that. But are there times for us to watch God unveil His mystery to us about the gospel while we're living it out? Yeah, more often than not, that's the thing to do. So I want to encourage you today, take a step, no matter how small. Take a step forward in your walk. Do something that will cause death to something that you're comfortable with and may be holding you back from fulfilling your true purpose in the kingdom. Kill it. Let it be gone. Move past it, no matter what little bit of your life it currently is. But move on and move the kingdom forward with it. And then rest in the fulfillment that you received from working out God's good purposes in your day. What an amazing thing that would be. Hey, listen, I love you. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.